Hello, this is Michelle, the Music Mom, and welcome to Transformation Thursday. I am so glad you're here, and I'm so glad to have you as part of the YouTube family. This week on Transforming Myself, it has been a wonderful week. I have been inspired by God to do something that I've done in the past, where I eat no more than the size of what my natural stomach should be. And that's about the size of your fist. And I use a cup to measure that. It is a regular drinking cup for coffee or tea or whatever, and it's about 8.5 to 10 ounces. No larger than that, no smaller than that. I eat when I'm hungry, and I stop when I have finished what that amount would be. And I have noticed that it has been successful. And it only has been successful because of God. And yesterday, when I was reading through one of the books that I am currently reading, it's called 10 Prayers God Always Says Yes To by Anthony DiStefano, excuse me. I'll let you see a picture of that at the end of the video. Anyway, one of the things was that God, if you pray to God and ask for courage, He will give you courage. Courage allows us to do things that it is not natural for us to do. And it is not natural for me to not go to food. Courage helps you to get over addiction. And through God, I can do that. I also was reading, thank you, Melody, for re-mentioning it, by the way, Jesus is Calling. And yesterday's entry had a similar saying. And so through God, all courage comes for the things that we are unable to pursue or keep up with. So I thank you for reminding me that I have that book and I should keep reading that, because it is very inspirational and God does speak to me through that book often. And thank you, Melody. So this week I went hiking 2 times with my daughter-in-law. One hike was it was a little bit more so than my first hike, because my daughter-in-law, she is a disabled veteran, and her hip bothers her if she takes and walks too much, especially when it has a steep incline or decline. And so the first hike we went on was fairly level. The second hike was had some incline and decline, but the third hike we went on, she was beginning to hurt. We went to go see some waterfalls, and they were beautiful. We made it, and I had been really proud of her in her accomplishment. So she helps me through this journey because she loves to hike, as long as her hip is not bothering her. She doesn't have a tailbone anymore, and that's why her hip bothers her, because when she was overseas, she had an incident and she lost her tailbone, and somehow there's some nerve damage there. So anyway, I was very proud of her, and she was proud of me, because even though I had a little huffing because I hadn't done that steep of a walk in a while, we both accomplished something. So it's neat to have each other's support. So I'm proud of her. Anyway, so that was one of the things that I was able to accomplish this week. The second thing that I was able to accomplish, I did eat mainly when I was hungry. I did have a couple of setbacks, and I prayed to God for courage. And He gave me the courage. And then part of the time was, I just ate. But I didn't eat as much as I normally ate. And I began to listen to myself. Like if I wanted fruit, and I could tell, was this, a craving, or if this was really what my body was needing. And I was getting a lot more of that feedback from internal, that I either needed fruit, or I needed protein, or I needed definitely vegetables. It was really interesting. I might have said, well, I saw those M&Ms. I want those M&Ms. And all of a sudden I'd feel like, No, what you really want is a glass of milk or something like that. And it worked. It was amazing. So I'm praying to God for courage that I can get over this food addiction and eat appropriately and eat when I'm hungry the amount of my fist, because that's the size of my stomach should be, and I would like it to be back. So the good news is it did work for me this week, and I've lost what was it? Excuse me, I almost forgot. 3.4 pounds, I believe. Yes, 3.4 pounds. So I'm back in the 100s. I'm 198. No, excuse me. I cannot remember. 197.6. Oh my goodness. Melody, I think you're rubbing off. No, I tend to forget myself. So anyway, praise the Lord. I am so happy to be one of his precious children, and through him all things are very, very possible. So trust in him. Well, with this, I'm going to end my video, but to remind you, I'm going to be gone from home for about the next month. And so I'm going to try to videotape, but sad news is I will not be able to weigh, but I will be able to measure myself next week and see how much I have achieved, because I have been exercising, like I said, and I'm keeping that up. So to the next video, hopefully next Thursday, may the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine down upon you, and may you have a blessed week. Bye-bye. Thank you, Simple Mom 16, for this wonderful idea. I now get to mark down 3 pounds. Here it goes. And the 3rd pound. Woohoo! I won't be able to do any more markings until I come back for my trip. So hopefully when I come back, not hopefully, when I come back from my trip, I will be marking down more. Thank you. Bye-bye.